Hi, this is Dr. Justin here, and today's talk is about ADHD. Why do I have such a hard time focusing and paying attention, whether it be in school, at work, or a meeting? So brain health is vitally important, and it's important to put certain nutrients inside your body so your brain has what it needs to work. So some interesting facts about your brain. Your brain actually consumes about 20 to 25% of the fuel, consumes about 25% of the blood flow, and it's only about 5% the size of your body. So you can see small in size but very energy dependent and needs lots of nutrition, oxygen, and activation to work at optimal peaks. So one of the most important things about neurological or brain health is that there's a fat called DHA. This is primarily found in fish, and again DHEA is known as docosahexaenoic acid. Big word, but this becomes about 70% of the structural raw material for your brain. And the DHEA turns over in your brain every 2 or 3 weeks. So if you're not eating healthy fish sources, and it's tough today because some of the fish out there tend to be tainted with PCBs or heavy metals. So if you're not eating those healthy fish sources, it's vital for your brain that you be on a healthy fish oil product. Now, I'm a big fan of fish oil that comes in what's known as triglycerol esters. A lot of the older fish oils are using ethyl esters. Now, this is important because the triglyceride esters have better absorption, and you need less of it to get the brain up to a functional level. So triglyceride forms are much better than the ethyl forms. Next is we have to avoid toxins. There are lots of brain toxins out there. A lot of these toxins are known as excitotoxins, such as aspartame, even Splenda, MSG. These cause increased levels of glutamate, and glutamate essentially stimulates brain cells to death. That is the definition of an excitotoxin. It's exciting, it's stimulating brain cells to a toxic level where they die. So one of the biggest things I see with patients, maybe children or even adults, that have a hard time focusing is certain food colorings or dyes. Red number 5 is a common one known as tartrazine. It also has a lot of compounds or preservatives such as sodium benzoate. And there's some diets out there known as the Feingold diet, which cuts out a lot of these dyes and preservatives because they, again, produce this level of excitotoxicity, these surges of glutamate, which again stimulate cells to death in the brain. One of the next big concepts is blood sugar stability. When you go into a hypoglycemic state, essentially what's happening is you start off with maybe normal blood sugar, you miss a meal, or you're eating food that's high in refined sugar, or just poor food quality, inflammatory, etc. This then jumps up your blood sugar. As a response, we make a whole bunch of insulin to knock that blood sugar down. When we go into this hypoglycemic state, the body produces epinephrine and norepinephrine. All this is known as adrenaline, right? So if you go on a roller coaster, the butterflies you feel, that's just an adrenaline rush. So these adrenaline then starts making more excitotoxins, or I should say more glutamate, which then gets the brain more and more stimulated. So again, when our brain has lower levels of nutrition, lower levels of blood, and lower levels of blood sugar, as we go into a hypoglycemic state, our ability to focus, our ability to perform and think at higher levels is going to be decreased. So a lot of different things to focus on today, but cutting the food dyes out, cutting the excitotoxins out, such as aspartame and MSG, and stabilizing blood sugar and getting a healthy fish oil in triglyceride form are going to be the key steps to helping your brain chemistry become more balanced. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this talk.